What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Big Killzown on your phone and money still low, and the team is forever ever strong, man. And welcome back to Killzone interviews, man. I ain't gonna say a year, I'll say about 6 months off. We had a lot of different guests come on. Um, it's shoot, I could name them, but it's too many to name. But we back once again with Darris Robbins, CEO and director of Mic Check Global,
Yes, sir.
social media marketing and promotions company. So what's going on with you, my man?
Appreciate you for having me on, man. Long time coming. You know,
Hmm.
we gonna clear the air on a lot of
Oh man.
things. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let it be known what's real, what's fake, and you know,
Hmm.
we gonna just go from the beginning and work our way up, bro. That's what we gonna do.
Okay, so my first question is, what inspired you to create Mic Check Global? Because when I met you, well, our first
Yeah,
interaction before I actually met you, you were doing interviews, and at first I was like,
yeah,
you know, man, man, it's dope. The dude doing the interviews that he kind of at the end you was hitting me with, man, it's a $35 donation,
yep,
and I didn't know. And see, my thing to you was, just let me know up front,
yep.
because I would have paid or whatever, because I know you was getting hit with, man. Like all the artists say that, man.
Hmm.
They not say that, but all artists say, man, why would I pay for an interview with this, that, and the third? And I said that at first, but then I said, you know what? If you were selling it, like if you selling it with the marketing or whatever, and that's what you was doing, but I didn't know that at the
Hmm.
time.
Right.
So we fast forward a couple years, and I'll meet you. You got the company up and running, and you know, we had started working, and then we came to a decision like twice. The second
Yep.
time I told you about it, but we ain't even got to even talk about that because we worked that out. We moved past that. We cool with it. But you know, um, I got to kind of get a peek behind the curtain to see
Hmm.
how things was, and it really educated. I ain't really get a chance to tell you this, but it really um educated me about what was going on in the city,
Yeah.
and what was going on in the game at large, because a lot of the things and a lot of the tactics and a lot of the things that I use to this day are from the year and a half, couple years that we were working together. So, what inspired you to create this company
Yeah.
in the first place?
Man, what inspired it was when I was an artist, active as an artist. I seen a lot of things that need to be in place to have an industry that obviously wasn't in place. So I took it upon
Hmm.
myself to begin trying to help. Initially, still to this day, help, but help people get their brand out there and things like that. So it was more so a service, um, and more so a love for the scene. You know that we're from St. Louis. So it started off like that, to be honest, and then it just went into um, more so of you know I gotta charge my computer, bro. That's why I'm over here like this.
Yeah,
But
you good. I feel I
there we
know
go.
I know that look. I know that look. I know
There
you
we
was
go. We good.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, I ain't want to
So
lose you in the middle of it.
nah, we good. So then it became more so of film, music videos, engineering, producing, um, booking events. So I did a lot of things in the music business in the very, very beginning.
Hmm.
And a lot of people do know that actually go to our website and look at our information. I went to Berkeley College of Music and I had $100,000 worth of student loan debt at 19.
Mm.
So I always had a super high hustle. And what a lot of people don't understand, which I'm clearing up today, is people think that I do this for money, when in all actuality, when you are smart with your money can create investments to where you can live off your investments. Not so
Mm-hmm.
much of, well, I'm thirsty, I need y'all money, pay me this high fee just because I need this money and da da da. In
Yeah,
all
cause you.
actuality, things do cost, but
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I do it is because I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. And you made a way for yourself, cause I mean, yeah, it started out being you was trying to survive. You know, you was at
Yeah,
the cause you came back, from we was in Boston. That's what Berkeley Music College is, right?
yeah, it's in Boston.
So you came back from there. What was that like when you decide? What were you, going to school for up there?
So I went to school for production, and I went to school for basically being a percussionist, a drummer,
Hmm.
a professional drummer and a musician slash producer. So
Hmm.
you don't need college for that unless you're trying to be an engineer.
Hmm.
That's more of a technical thing that you have to learn, more so than playing an instrument or being a producer. That's really creativity.
Now let
But
me ask you this question though.
you live and you learn. So
Let me ask you this question though. So I I imagine Berkeley is like kind of like Juilliard in the fact that it
yeah.
just say if you stayed up through there, right? What was it? First of all, what was it that led you back? Like what happened? Did you just run out of money or
Mm-mm. I saw how much student loan that I was racking up, and I was 19, 18 at the time, and I basically had a plan to transition out after my first semester. So I started working on my project.
hmm
Um, my album I made in college, and that's what kickstarted all of this. Because when I came home, I was in, came home. I went back to St. Louis. I started to perform. I had a live band. I had all that stuff, and I was performing as much as possible because that's all I knew. I know I needed to
hmm
get my name out there. So I thought performing was the avenue to get your name out there, which it is, but you hit a ceiling very fast because you're
hmm
performing in the same city. It's not
hmm
too much more you can really do outside of marketing, which I had to learn after that. But the problem was I didn't have no money to invest in marketing. So
hmm
I was hustling ticket sales. I didn't have no job because I couldn't get a job because I went to college at 17, only had a job for 3 months. So
hmm
17 to 19, they like, well, you don't have no job history. We got to put you on a entry level job. And I'm like, that ain't gonna work because, I'm trying to hustle. I need my time to hustle
hmm
how I need to. It's just different. Like I can't tell a person to do what I did just because they want to be a boss or entrepreneur. It's a lot of it's a lot of stress. You got to be extremely intelligent. You got to be shrewd. Like
hmm
I don't tell people this often, but business is always some bullshit to it. And
hmm
anything in business is always you capitalizing off of somebody. You capitalizing off of somebody's ability to not want to do something.
hmm
Period. So it's also always some bullshit to it. Always. No matter
Yeah.
what, no matter what business it is. So if you not really the type of person that's gonna, if you super in your morals and you super like, oh, I gotta do, you're not gonna make it. Because
hmm
when you get up there and you talking to millionaires and you doing business with millionaires, bro, it's about how much shit can you get away with.
How much can you produce and get done? Like, don't nobody care necessarily about you being a good person or what can you produce.
No,
That's one of the things.
literally, no, literally, how much can I get away with to where I'm not sued and to where I'm taking advantage of this situation up to a point where it's not
Mm-hmm.
illegal. That's real
Mm-hmm.
business. Now I just gave y'all some super game on just the overall thing of business. Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
What's the bullshit in insurance? 9 times out of 10, you're not even gonna use it. Or until you die. Life insurance. Grocery stores. They banking on you to not grow your own food and for you to always want food, trying to and convenience. They banking off that. That's some bullshit to it. Any business you think of, you can always find some bullshit to it.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yep.
Hotels. Um, they banking on I mean, even hotels in your own city, they banking on you getting tired of living in your own place. You want to take a local vacation and go to a hotel. They banking on that. They
Mm-hmm.
banking on, your the ability to get tired of what you're doing from Monday to Friday, that you want to do something from Saturday to Sunday, and you make a trip and you do whatever you want to do. They taking advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
5-star restaurant, same thing. You don't want to cook at home. They taking advantage of that. So
Mm-hmm.
many things, bro. Electricity, water, all of that.
Yep.
Rent where you live.
Mm-hmm.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit in every business, bro. To some level, it's there. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur or don't, I didn't even know what that word was. I was just hustling, trying to eat. So if
Mm-hmm.
you a hustler that just want to get your own money and is genuine, just understand that it come with the bullshit.
So let me ask you this question too. So when you came back home,
Yeah.
what happened when you came back home to where you was at the day's end off of Handley? Like that was the most that day's end, that red roof, because I done stayed and paid for some nights off in it,
Hmm.
me and one of the little, the young ladies I was with. I ain't gonna say which one,
Yep.
but them was the two most shadiest. That was where all of the stuff was going down, drug dealing, shooting. Like I knew a dude that had got set up.
Hmm.
I went to school with him. He was in the mentoring program that I was in because I was kind of like helping. Like I had a couple years at Flow, and then the new guys that came in, I was kind of shepherding them. Like, okay, this is what you need to know. This is what you need, because they don't tell you when you get there. That's
Hmm.
another some more BS that come with college. Like all of the good stuff, you got to know somebody that's gonna help you avoid all of the BS.
Bro, it's bullshit
Like,
in everything.
yeah.
Anything, you got a job. It's bullshit in that.
Hmm.
If you're a business owner, you got to finesse your employees. You got to. You got to sell your employees on some type of dream for them to not want to compete and be a boss and compete with the business that you in. So they give you benefits. They give you shit to where you don't become the op. You don't become the competition.
Hmm.
That's it. That
So,
it's not a good. It's not necessarily a good system that we live in, but that's nature. If a
hmm
lion kills a gazelle, but the lion's too tired to protect the gazelle, what's gonna happen? The hyena's gonna come for it.
hmm
And there's nothing, and you can't say, "Oh, that ain't fair." That is life, and it's not
hmm
fair. And people take advantage of opportunities.
hmm
If you see, if they see a lion see a elephant or whatever animal limping in you know what I'm saying, they doing the stampede or they doing they in a group and one of them limping, what he supposed to do? He gonna go after the strongest one or he go after the one that's limping? That's
The
that's
survival of the fittest.
that's life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like, I mean, that's how it was where we was staying. You know what I'm saying? In a environment um that had people dealing. um Prostitution was heavy. um I just stayed focused, bro, because I didn't even really know that stuff was really going on for real, because I
Hmm.
was just so locked in on what I was trying to do that
Hmm.
I didn't even get soaked up into it, and I didn't even really notice it for real because I just had so much going on and I was just working. Like, the people I was interviewing, I was able to do more business with them because I was able to talk with them and see what else they wanted to do. Some of these people wanted to record. Some of these people wanted music videos. Some of these people wanted marketing. So it spun off into other things that, I'm eating off of to this day, just that experience and stuff. So, I mean, I had my ups and downs, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It pays off long term.
Okay, so when you were in the music scene here, like
Yep.
you were very, very self sufficient. Like, but I wasn't either. I was too broke in that time. Around the time that, like, I had just came probably when you was at, I had just came into my little piece of money at the airport, and you
2012.
know, yeah, that was when I first around that time when I first got into the airport,
Yeah, that was
and
2012 when I came back.
yeah, so I'm trying to figure that out because I'm getting ready to finish school and this, that, and the third or whatever. And I was working because I found out, okay, if I go to school now, I don't have 10 grand to pay for everything. I'm gonna end up having to get a loan anyway, even with the scholarships. So let
Mm-hmm.
me work and get to that point. And then, certain things I had to learn along the way. And so you were in the industry though. You were outside doing the whole St. Louis underground era, basically. The second part of it, because the first part, happened when we was young. With when you had Nelly and Chingy and all of them, the popular rappers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And the other guys that was coming up. You also had the underground scene with the Black Spades and people like that. And you
And
were
then
in
we
that
was the
second.
second wave. We was the second wave of that. When Smino was
Mm-hmm,
coming up, and LA Foles and people like that was bubbling. Well,
mm-hmm,
LA Foles was 2014, 15. But I mean, 2-3 years, that's still an era. 5 to 10 years is still an era. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? But yeah, right around that time, I was active. You know, around that time, I went to school actually with Smino. I know him personally. Um,
Mm-hmm.
cool dude. But what happened with the industry of the underground, just like the problem it is to not today, is so much that is not there that is going to sustain a scene that's profitable. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things that I saw early on that made me want to reach out and get fans from other places. And that sparked marketing for me. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm already performing and I see a glass ceiling already. I'm like, how is it a glass ceiling this early in my career? I'm already feeling the effects of it. I'm like, I already met this person. I already know these people. Already, it's only two radio stations. Okay, I already met these people. I already kind of know, but it's like the city is isolated. That's another
Mm-hmm.
problem. Like Atlanta has connections to Memphis, Nashville, Miami, Alabama. In this area, it has connections. Even Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas St. Louis, the only connection it really has is like Kansas City, but not really. That's not even a
Mm-hmm.
connection. Not
But
even
when you
East
say
St.
like,
Louis.
would you
Not
say
even a connection.
like Chicago,
No.
Detroit, Memphis?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't say them?
Those are musical influences. I'm talking about a connection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about whereas Chicago and New York have a connection. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Mm-hmm.
if you got an artist that's in Chicago, Chicago promoters are doing business in New York and Chicago and Detroit
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and
Yeah.
Cleveland, whereas St. Louis is isolated.
Yeah, the promoters is only promoting in St. Louis and East St. Louis. They not. I mean, we starting to see a
Not
little
even.
bit. We starting to see
It's
a
not
little
even.
bit.
It's not even that. Like East St. Louis is not even a real connection. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm on loud. It's not even a real connection because it's it's like we over here, they over there. So the
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying earlier, the connection to make money is not even a real thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. Unfortunately,
I see what you saying. So what made you like, because when you started, you was getting My Check Global off the ground, and you had showed me, some footage of the certain heads of the underground rap scene, and there's a couple people from the mainstream or the hood rap scene,
hmm
and y'all was having like a round table discussion, and it seemed like after you had that round table discussion that everybody kind of got upset and kind of
and
put the mark on you on not being in the scene.
it
And
was
why do
already
you?
it was already like that because when you try to change something and make something better, when people are content, you're always going to have pushback because that's the culture that they have is mediocrity and keeping things, not making things too hype and making things too big. Big is not really even a thing there. It's all about being cool. Cool is most important, not money, not uh being big, being successful.
Just being
Cool.
cool. Yeah, you know what? I
That
noticed
is the
it.
biggest currency there, and that is so toxic because you would rather be cool and be in your little clique and have go to house parties and feel like you and your little clique. That's more important than money and success and being big and living out your dreams. That is fucking ridiculous.
So you saying that they were upset with you because that's why I kind of
Because I
because.
wanted to make something big. I wanted to grow. When you're dealing with
Mhm.
people that are trying to be cool and have their own exclusivity, one thing I also want to mention, they like to be above other people locally in
Mhm.
cliques. They want to be the masters of their ceremony, but not in hip hop. I'm talking about
Oh.
they got their little clique. They want to make sure everybody is under them in their clique. So if you're trying to start something or you trying to do something, all they got to do is to not support it, and that makes you not cool, and then your shit is not gonna grow.
Mhm.
That's how it is. Whereas in other cities, other major cities, they're more open minded to growth and doing things big because it's competition there to be big. In
Mhm.
that city, it's only competition to be cool.
Yeah, they're not trying to get no money like
No.
they. And I seen that because I felt like when I came along, I was getting the love at first because I was being cool because they didn't see that I was really about the money.
hmm
I was getting in the clubs for free and stuff like that, but I was always business minded because it's like, I got family. I don't have no kids and nothing like that, or even a lady right now, but I got family that, depends on me. So, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm thinking of a way to make a security blanket to where, my folks is cool, I'm cool, and
hmm
then I could grow the business from there. And then I said, you know what, let me be a service. St. Louis don't have a Vlad TV or Say Cheese or nothing like that. Let me create that.
I
And it
know
seemed like it,
you came from a good place, but you gotta understand that's not the place for that.
yeah,
It's not the
pretty
place for it.
much. Pretty much, because I seen, and then, the disdain for you. Like, where do you think that besides the growth, why was it so much disdain for you? Do you feel like in
Because
St.
I
Louis?
didn't care about being cool, bro. I didn't care about it because when you care about being cool, it limits you because now you a follower. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because it was cool to wear tall tees and not like video games and not like anime. It's cool
Hmm.
now, so people are doing it. So that
Hmm.
means you are waiting for things to be cool. Now people are starting to understand marketing because it's cool to have followers. But in that place, no people are like, I don't care about no followers. That's the only place I've heard that they don't care about it. But they
Mm-hmm.
claim that they the nicest and they hard and they dope, but they don't care about being big. Like I said, if you got 10K, 20K, uh, followers on your Instagram, that's big. You know what I'm saying? If you got, you know, you got 1 million views on your channel, that's big. People don't like that. People are not going to support that to make it bigger there.
Mm-hmm.
Other places are going to rock with you because you big, because you got a good form of clout. They're gonna rock with you, but they're not.
Oh yeah, man.
They're gonna make sure that shit don't grow any more than where it is. It's
Oh yeah,
different. It's
man.
different than people always say the crab in a barrel thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
more than that. It's a psychosis of not wanting to grow for themselves, for anybody else. It's just a place where it's just you settle.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's not. I
And it's
mean,
sad because we got the most earning potential because it doesn't cost that much to throw a show. It don't cost that much. And then the earning potential is so much. But you're right. Everybody wants to be cool here. Everybody is looking for clout. They looking for clout in
but they
relationships.
don't
They
even
looking for
understand that they're not even cool. That's the psycho. That's what I meant to say. The psychosis part of it. They don't even understand outside of there. They're not cool. Like, give me an example. The two battle rappers that are from that place. Okay,
mm-hmm.
one of them battled Cassidy,
Mm-hmm.
brung Nick Cannon on stage, and it flopped. It wasn't even a good. It wasn't even that dope. It wasn't even good. But
Mm-hmm.
he'll tell you that he is somebody from there. But what Cassidy said, I don't know you, because in his mind, he's from the suburbs, but he wanted to be Pyru blood because that was cool and play
Mm-hmm.
basketball. When he's probably intellectual, he's probably a geek at heart, but he wanted to be cool, so he got into basketball and he became a rapper and he became a blood to be cool. But Cassidy,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know you for nothing because he ain't do nothing. But he want to be cool so much. Then you got another dude saying that this city is mine. You know what I'm talking about? This
Mm-hmm.
city is mine. It's like, but outside of there, nobody knows you. Nobody cares. So you saying that, oh, this place is mine, don't mean nothing. Don't mean
Because it
nothing.
was a time, and before we move on to back to the marketing, because everybody want us to talk about this because they love to kick that dust up, you know. It's like Batman and Superman versus Lex Luthor. They want us to duke it out with them. And
Yeah.
my thing is, I didn't just left it. I have left it completely alone. But what? So your one of your clients is Lil St. Louis,
Yep.
and is he still one of your clients?
No.
Oh, okay. So what do you think happened with? And shout out to Lil St. Louis. Shout out to Milk. You know what I'm saying? What like that situation? What happened
Very
with
unfortunate.
with Lil St. Louis? Because I felt like he had so much potential. The music was fire. He
I
had
don't
that
look at
energy.
potential. I don't look at potential. Potential is it's raining outside and you see that person with an umbrella and they're not using it. So if I see somebody with potential, I think they're stupid. They should be using it. It shouldn't be
Okay.
potential. So
Okay.
again, if it's fucking raining outside and you see somebody with an umbrella and it's right next to them and they're not using it, that's called potential.
Okay. What were some
Because
things that you felt? Go ahead.
they don't even understand that it's raining outside.
Okay.
AKA time is running out. So they
Okay.
think they use it as something that's cool to say, oh, I got potential. I got
Okay.
potential. I got potential. Bro,
what do you think that for the time though, and the work that you did was, he a good client, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what because it seemed like you kind of he was the first artist from the city, and then he actually did, get some looks, some major looks, a deal.
shout out to
But
him for that. He wanted to refer me down.
okay,
And I just actually recently DM'd him last week.
hmm
He's in LA. So next time
yeah,
I'm out there, I might link up with him.
okay,
But I recently just DM'd him yesterday, like last week.
okay,
But he the one who linked that together because I was trying to. I mean, he already had it in him. He already had the swag and everything, and the networking skills. I was trying to market him and grow his brand uh, along with Chop Squad. But those two people, all they need, if you're a producer, is a big name that you produce for, and you good. So you don't
hmm
necessarily need marketing
hmm
necessarily. But there's people who have major uh,
credits.
credits with no following though. So, but they
hmm
was able to, finesse their way into getting a name, some type of way, and they did it. But you know, I guess it's only a few people that just have that work ethic that make it. It's just got to be in you.
hmm So from there, you had, him. You had what was your experience working with Steve? Shout out to Steve Cardenas from the Power Rangers. What was your experience? Because
Yeah,
we
he
actually
cool.
end up, yeah. So quick story on that. Like I had hit him up. I didn't even tell you this, like a year before, and he just happened to randomly be going through his DMs, and then he said, "Yo, let's do the interview." I said, "I got one better for you because." Good-hearted person that I am, it's like, okay, I'm working. I used to watch you on TV. The Power Ranger brand got jerked. I mean, I did the interview with Tommy. That was one of my first interviews with Jason David Frank,
Hmm.
and he was like, man, Saban is a multi-billionaire off of Power Rangers, but he can't bring us back. Now he's kind of roped them into bringing. The reason why you see that is because of that interview that I did. Like when he called him out in some kind of way. Now that interview only maybe did about 4 or 5 thousand views, but it echoed. It was in an echo chamber of okay. They
But
I guess
Steve
kept
got a
tab,
name. Steve got a following now that we helped
hmm
build because
and now
before
all
he
of them
had
do.
like right. So we helped like three of them grow, and one of them was gonna be in a movie. So yeah, pretty much we helped kind of get them more buzz like that, like
hmm
the movement. We helped that for sure. But the black
hmm
the black Rangers never rocked with us though, only the white ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning that now in business with myself. Like I got a couple loyal, what I'm saying, patrons. What I'm saying. Shout
And the
out to
black
King.
one is one of his friends, and he showed him and told him everything and showed him the other guys and nothing
And
came
then
out of
work.
it.
I'm learning, I'm learning that, shout out to my patrons, shout out to King Robinson, Josh, my boy Charlie. I'm learning that you only gonna get a few brothers and a few sisters that's really gonna rock with you as far as business, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are gonna be questionable or skeptical because it's you, because you black.
Hmm.
Whereas they have no problem, you know what I'm saying? Like I had an instance where somebody was trying to buy some merch from me, right? And they spent the white person spent the money no problem before I made the Teespring store. Afterwards, shout out to Josh, he went double dipped and bought some t-shirts. But the
Yeah.
other black folks that would, that know me, some of them know me personally, some of them, online,
Mm-hmm.
they was like, well, can I get a discount?
Mm-hmm.
Or I ain't trying to pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not knocking them for it because, I'm not hurting. I'm working, just like they are. So it's like,
But
I got out of that. But
that's how a lot of our people are, bro. They don't want to see another person be bigger than them or succeed more than them, because it's two things, bro. But most black people, um, we stunt on each other so much we don't want to see another person win because we've been stunted on. So, and anytime a person gets something, even a new car, bro, and something basic as a new car, they put it on Facebook, and they captions and stuff, it make it seem like they stunting on somebody because of what they got.
hmm a
So
relationship, car, new job,
yeah,
whatever
new
it is.
job, they just graduated, and what happened is it creates seeds of envy in people that are watching them. It's not that you graduated, it's not that you have a car, it's the fact that you posted about it, and you posted about it in a way that made it seem like you are bigger and better than somebody.
hmm
So that creates envy, and envy is one of the most deadliest of the seven. All of the seven deadly sins are deadly and
hmm
bad, but envy is the one that can really affect what you trying to do, what you're trying to do.
hmm
Pride definitely can't. I'm talking about when it comes to things that you're not really doing to yourself directly, because people are looking at you. So
hmm
when that happened with them people in St. Louis, I stopped talking about the scene, and I just started Mic Check Global and worked and did that. And then all of a sudden they seeing it everywhere and they like, what is this? But I'm not needing them for nothing.
hmm
So they didn't know where to place their envy anymore. So the thing about it is, when you're trying to build something, you got to remember people are looking at things that you are creating. And if you speak on it too early, it's the most vulnerable, like an infant. So if you
hmm
just got a new job, do not talk about your new job, because it's
hmm
fresh, it's new, and it's very, very delicate.
hmm
So all them
Yep.
envious eyes are on your shit. They could take it down just from hating. So people want to say,
hmm
"Oh, I want more haters." Not necessarily,
No, you don't.
not directly. Like you're gonna get haters,
But you don't
but
need direct haters.
you don't need haters directly directed on a certain thing. Like you don't want hate and envy. You don't want them to know where to put it. If they just put it on you, that's just like, oh, I don't like what Killzone. I don't like his Killzone. I don't like Killzone or something like that. Or I don't like his whatever. If somebody say that, but when you pop up with You Ain't Lying podcast, you didn't announce that. Oh, I'm finna start the You Ain't Lying podcast. Or if you did, I didn't know. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm talking about it for 2-3 months. It was like, boom, drop. But if you was
hmm
to say, yo, I'm finna start the You Ain't Lying podcast, bam, envy, right? No, where to put it. Envy and hate,
hmm
no, exactly where to go. Like, oh, I don't want him doing that. So when he drop it, I'm gonna leave negative comments. I'm gonna leave. So what you gotta do is to navigate in that city, for people that are listening that are from any type of city like that or whatever, toxic family, whatever, you gotta do your stuff in silence and don't talk about it. If you got a problem with relationships, Don't be talking about you got no girl. Don't ever, in my opinion, put your family, your children, your girl, how much money you got on the internet. That's how I feel. Because
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
person that a lot of people know. So I'm speaking on, I got a lot of eyes on me. So I don't want, just think about it. All the celebrities got horrible breakups with they person that they with because they advertise it.
Yeah.
Just like
Everybody.
somebody on social media, they advertise their girlfriend, they advertise their boyfriend, a
I made a
wife,
video about that. I made a video about that because it happened to me.
bro. I'm
Where I
telling
mean,
you,
yeah,
Lady
and then it's like,
Killzown, shit like that.
yeah, man, they still asking where she at, man. We cool,
You
but
can't,
that
but you
was long.
can't, but you can't do it. You can't do it, bro, because they gonna know where to pinpoint the hate. They gonna know where to go with it, and then that's when you weak. They're gonna go to that, and then it's gonna cause problems. So I tell people all the time, like, if you trying to be successful, you got to keep that on the low. Now, if you have a business, right, and it's bubbling, that's different. But you shouldn't be announcing it just directly from your personal page. You need to create a business page and start advertising on the business, not personal. Not like, yo, this is my business, this is my the. No, just start posting about your business and maybe share it to your personal page, or just, you know what I'm saying, do some marketing from the business page, not the personal. Because just like a girl who, I know this girl went to school with, she just started doing like nails and makeup and stuff, and she always complaining on her personal page.
Why ain't nobody supporting it?
Exactly. So people know exactly what to do, not support you.
Support it. Yeah, you know what? I had a video last night. I was like, look, we not finna do, y'all not finna get me riled up and angry, because I had one, I deleted it because some people started reporting some of my stuff. I said, you know what? I ain't tagging nobody. Cause people was like, oh man, tag me in it,
Because
and I'm
see, if you
like,
would have made
nah,
that video, they would know your button.
yeah.
So
But
don't
that's why
reveal your button.
I came back with, I said, you know what? All right, cool. This is what we gonna do. We just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. Cause if you
Keep
gonna
doing what you've
support it,
been
you gonna
doing.
support. Cause it's like,
That's how
whenever
it
I
is.
put it up and I say, hey, here it is, y'all. Here they come. Like, I looked and it was like, this content is considered spam. I'm like, what?
Think
Like,
about it, bro. Think about it.
yeah,
How many artists complain they don't get no support?
everybody.
Man, they hating on me. So they just gonna continue doing it.
You the hate. Yeah.
When it came to my business, don't nobody know nothing about no button on my business, because I don't
Advertising. You don't
I don't
advertise the business.
advertise no bit. I don't, from a personal perspective. Even if you were to go to my Facebook, I don't talk about my business on there.
Nope.
I really troll on Facebook. I just troll on there most of the time. I talk about other stuff. I don't talk about my business. If you're on my personal page, you already know my business already. So if you not investing into what I do, you're probably never going to. So why would I even post about my business on there when you already know? When I make sure I run advertisements all the time, you already know what I do, and you're not shopping with me. All right, cool. Then
It's
that's what
cool.
it is. I'm not finna be like, man, the city
Ain't
ain't
no,
supporting me, nigga. I was in the city for 2 years too long. I could have left in 20. I keep forgetting when I left, man. Was it 2018?
It was 2018
It
because I
gotta
remember
be
you,
2018 or something. I don't even,
and you
it's
ain't even tell
17,
people
18.
you left like until
Why would I
halfway through
do
the year.
that?
Yeah,
Why would I tell people I left?
people
Why?
still think you here. They still think you. I mean, now
Nah, I
they
don't
gonna
think
know.
so. I don't think that. But
No, they
Wow.
think you still here because they be asking. They be like, man, where Darris at? Where Mike Check Global at? Man, you still rocking with Mike Check Global? You still messing with him, bro? You still, man? He must be paying you big money to.
Exactly. So exactly. That's some 2016. That's when no 2000. Yeah. Okay. So I did
Yeah,
move
16.
2018. No, we stopped working 2000.
16. No, 17. 17. 2017. I remember
Had to
that.
be 17. Yeah.
Yep.
So I moved a year later. I moved 2018. So my
Hmm.
point is, if I leave and like, why would I tell people that I'm leaving so they can send me negative energy on my way to a new place? Hell no. They can direct the hate to a certain. They already hating, so I'm gonna just give them more ammunition and more fuel by like, you know how you got a flame that's red, but then you get it to blue, and then you got it
Hmm.
real sharp. Why the hell would I give
Hmm.
them that? So they can be real
Exactly.
sharp with the hate and real, blue flame, white flame in my shit. Oh, I'm moving. What? No, I'm not telling y'all nothing. And then I didn't say, oh, I'm stopping music videos. I was just like, I don't want to do local. I'm moving. I'm not trying to do nothing local no more.
Mm. It's Mike Check Global, not Mike Check Local.
So if and then I could have left 2016 because most of my business
It was out of
was
town.
out of town.
That's
So I
how that's
wasn't
how
even
it is with
doing
me too.
I wasn't even to this day. I market to artists all over the country. I do not get a lot of signups in that city. And these people don't even know me. They just don't want to they just don't want to grow, bro. They just don't. You got
Hmm.
you got you got some artists that have grown, but when they become the biggest in the city, that's when they fall off. They don't want to be no bigger than that.
It's like I got the city, yeah, and then it's
And then
like,
then it's like, okay, well, you can go now.
yep, and
That's
and
how it
and
is, and it's toxic. I don't claim nothing from there. I grew up there, but I don't claim the lingo. I don't claim the vibes. I don't claim none of that stuff because I'm not of it. Because my whole philosophy is totally different. Totally different because it's not what breeds success. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Let me
It's
ask
not.
you this. I'm gonna ask you one more question about the town, and then
Before
we're
we
gonna
move
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 on.
on. Yeah,
Cause you came on You Ain't Lying podcast, right after the whole Nelly Ali thing,
I show support.
and I saw, we got the Joe Budden thing going on,
Oh, you
and
want my
I was,
take on that? Oh, y'all doing that tomorrow?
yeah, we doing that tomorrow.
What time?
Yeah, when y'all see this, it'll be Thursday, so we doing it at 6 every Wednesday at 6. So, but when
Dang,
y'all see this
I'm gonna
interview,
be.
it's gonna be, yeah,
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could be able to get on that.
it'll
Get in
be
on
7
that.
your time.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
you're gonna be taking
Yeah,
care of some business.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I wanted to
yeah.
get it. But I'm gonna give my take now, though. You already know I'm on Joe's side.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I
You
was
already
going.
know I'm
I
on
was.
his side.
I was
You already
thinking.
know.
Hold on. I thought you was gonna be
I'm gonna
on the
always
Rory side.
nine times out of 10. I'm gonna always be on the boss's side because he's taking the most risk. It's his name and it's his likeness because he was made fun of for even starting podcasts. He a
Yeah,
pioneer in podcasts.
but hold
So
on,
just
no.
off the
Hold
strength
on.
of that, let me get my
But
take
hold
first.
on.
Let me
Go
get my
ahead. Go
take
ahead. Go
first.
ahead. Go ahead.
He's a pioneer in it. He was one of the first big artists with a name to do it.
Hmm.
So that in itself, you can't really be nitpicking a person that's a pioneer. From one pioneer to another, I understand. Because you got to deal with Joe Rogan getting 150 million because they seen your shit work. because you a pioneer, and they gave him $400K. No,
They gave him 2.5 million. That 400K was just the upfront for the first year. That's how they do the
okay. 2.5 million. That's still nothing compared to
that's a drop in
100.
the bucket when it's to 100. So,
Right.
but my thing is, his team pushed him though. Rory, what's the other dude that was with
Maul.
not Maul? Well, they did push him to do it. Like they pushed him to do it. He didn't even want to do it at first. It was just the fact that he had the name. Now I say that Joe had the name, but his team. That's like the conversation that we had. Like I was kind of, and I'll get into it. I was kind of upset, but I had already been down that road before, and I had already told you. I said, man, I'm not that well versed, and I don't have the time. Now I got the time. Where I'm at now, but back then, waking up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning before and after the clients, got up. We ain't got to go too deep into it, but you see what I'm saying. And I already threw it. He was like, no. And then we had that monkey wrench in the crew that was kind of egging stuff on. And you know what I'm saying. I'm glad you parted ways with him because he told me, man, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get it. I was like, and I think that's their issue is the way. I think Joe's issue is them coming to him at all because he feel like he stuck their neck out for him, but at the same time, they helped. That was basically their scenario is if all three of us back then worked out, right? That's the dream scenario. You got the dream team. So they think is.
I get it, I get it, but at the same time,
okay,
I get it, but at the same time, they knew what it was in the beginning, bro. They knew he was the boss in the beginning. They knew he was the face. They knew, them two dudes knew he was the face card. They knew he was the face. It was on his own channel. He already had an audience built from love and hip hop and shit. So they can't be like, oh, we really built this. No, his podcast came from his music career and the drama from love and hip hop. Period. They can't just be like, we helped build this from the scratch and we pushed him and okay, yeah, but if it wasn't for what he already built that had nothing to do with y'all.
Mm-hmm. Well, can't say that because they was on his team. Not Rory, but Maul was on his team from basically after the Def Jam deal, after he had to leave Hot 97.
But that's still okay. Yeah, but still, that's a different venture as a podcast. It's a different venture, and if they saw issues with it,
they should have said something.
They should have said something, and then they should have. But then they shouldn't have dissed academics as well.
Oh yeah. You can't diss him. He gonna roast you. He's still roasting them, bro. It's over. He's still going in.
but that right there is karma on their end because they made it seem like his business was bad when theirs was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can't throw stones at a glass. That's why I always say now when I make my video, that's why I stop because I felt like I ain't want, and I was like, man, and on top of that, I got tired of seeing the same stories over and over. Like academics, he think a lot of it is funny because he looking at it through the lens of you shouldn't have done that. And when he got caught up, he kind of let that, like him and that Selena, he let it be like it was gonna be because it created a little controversy and it brought in a different fan base to his platform that's spending money with him. So that was a calculated risk. But that's pretty much that, and then that whole thing on. Yeah, and that and the whole Complex thing, them two things. But he came out on the other side. He back working with Complex.
Came back on the side.
Yeah, so.
But my point is just his bag is way bigger than them two.
Mm-hmm.
Way, way bigger. He's way more influential. He got a way longer shelf life. He about to start his podcast up. So he's straight. Where them, it's like they can't. I don't even think they can even do anything on their own. They got to do stuff.
Well, no, Rory was doing Duce. Him and Low Key, they founded Henny Palooza, and then they did Duce Palooza. Now they can't do it really for real. No, they had that was the event.
I'm talking about
Oh,
podcasting.
well,
If
yeah,
they don't do
yeah.
it, they got to do it together. They can't do it by themselves.
Oh, they doing it together. They already did put the logo out and everything. Somebody made it up. They didn't put it out. And then Maul brother is Jay Z's right hand man, Big. So they'll be all right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying in the
but
podcast.
the thing is, right now they just riding off the Joe Budden wave. But then after that wave, what they gonna have left? Ain't
I mean,
nobody
I
gonna watch,
think.
you know.
I mean, well, they'll have
I
an
don't think
audience.
so.
I don't think that it'll be as big as Joe's, but at the same time, Joe's will never be the same. Like I think it'll keep going, but the vibe it's just like everyday struggle. The vibe is gonna be different. Now Joe's pragmatic and controversial enough to keep
That's
it
my
going.
point. That's my point. That's a skill. That's a
Like
skill.
even with that them allegations that
He's
came
fine.
out, it's
He's
you
fine.
know,
He always had them. He's always had an allegation. He's fine.
yeah,
I mean, he survived the Love and Hip Hop drama. That
yeah,
shit was worse than this.
yeah.
Finding out he was suicidal and he was did drugs and
Mm-hmm.
the Tahiri shit when he was being abusive and all that shit. He'd already been through that before. They know he got mental issues and he is crazy as hell. They know that already. So
Mm-hmm. So
what's
you
left
feel
is I don't feel like he losing sleep off this, man.
so do you feel like with him,
People
right?
watch him because they want to see what he gonna do next. That's crazy.
Yeah. But do you feel like
That's why Everyday Struggle was lit. He was yelling, going
yeah,
crazy.
it would. And
And they
then
had
after
the
he left,
most
it
views.
died.
They had 1,000,000 views per episode.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody know Joe Budden's crazy, and they like it. They want to see him go off. They want to see him go crazy. They want to see him cry. They want to see him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's Joe Budden. That's what I'm saying. It's
Mm-hmm.
him. It's not them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel, bro. I could
So
be
you feel
wrong.
like everybody needs to have their own business and they
No,
own carve their own lane, not own
not
business.
necessarily. I look at it like Kanye. Like you got Saha the Prince, you got Pusha T, but Kanye is that face card that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
get all the attention. That if you on his squad, like you gonna get more attention being with him than not being with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
people
you
don't
just
want to
get
play their
paid.
position. They don't
Yeah,
want to play their
everybody.
position, bro. Everybody want to be the number one. Now, Saha is gonna. He said he's gonna work on his own project, but that's after damn near over 10 years of working with Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can be his own man.
And still
Okay,
work with
cool.
Kanye.
And still work with him.
He dissed Kanye and then came back and worked for Kanye again.
But that's my point. He learned that that's just how it is. But people don't want to be second fiddle to somebody because they feel like they should
That's
be,
gonna diminish them. Like
yeah.
everybody else on the squad, the rest of them, Park, Savon got his own podcast. They be getting their own deals and side bags and stuff like that. And then I'll just say for me,
It's different with Gilly the Kid and
yeah,
$1,000,000 worth of game because they started that together.
yeah, and he crossed him out, and he crossed dude out. Yeah, that's way different because he was the one from the ground floor. It wasn't just okay. We got this right here. But I mean, Gilly and them could say, well, we was on social media doing it anyway, and then we just brought me in.
Yes,
They could always spin it like that. Wallow was doing his thing. Gilly was smoking,
yes,
yelling into the camera. Let me give you
yep,
some game, and then they just
yes.
decided, okay, well, let's put it
But
together.
that's how it is. That's that you got to look at it like because like I told you, bro, business always got some bullshit to it. Always.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't understand the bullshit that you willing to deal with or the bullshit that you willing to see is what it is to do what to do what you need to do to traverse whatever you need to traverse, then you're not going to be successful in business because
And that's why,
you're not going to
mm-hmm.
understand and navigate the bullshit.
And that's why I was kind of like, I'm gonna say this: when me and you stopped working, because I had already been through similar situations like that. And
Yeah.
this one, I was like, let me bow out gracefully because I'm gonna always try to give it my 110%. And if it ain't working, it ain't working. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then you was like, nah, bro, come on back. I like, you know, now you can. There's a different side because we had a rapport. You know what I'm saying? Because we was doing so well at first, and I was like, D, I don't, you know, now we switched roles at that point because that was like a little emotional because you was like, bro, we started this. I ain't trying to lead you to the side and move. I'm like, no, bro. At the time, before all that, you know, that BS happened, like, bro
See,
he was picking up the slack.
but see, the thing is, I shouldn't have, but see, that's the mistake that I had. I shouldn't have wanted people to be partners. I should have wanted people to do their job and get paid
Mm-hmm.
for the job that they do. But
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn that later because I'm thinking, well, if people gonna be next to me, they gotta go as hard as I need to,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
as hard as I am. Basically,
Exactly.
I'm uh projecting what I want based off of
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing and how passionate I am about it. You
Mm-hmm.
can't necessarily do that because, first of all, um, people are not naturally going to do that, and
Mm-hmm.
then two, people they got their own stuff going,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't have enough money to just pay them, or you don't have a system set up to where they can get paid,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to look at it like, well, they need to be going above and beyond because you going above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to work like that. So,
Well, see me though. I'm gonna just say, in well, our instance, I was kind of you came at the right time because I was kind of I ain't gonna say I was lost. I had got to a point even when I started making the YouTube money. I got a little careless. I almost had a baby, you know, and you know what I'm saying. I started feeling myself, but at the same time, I was still trying to figure out my next move because I'm like, okay, I got music, I got beats and bits at the time. I had that going, still got it going to this day. I had the vlogs going. But the vlogs, when you were saying, well, why you ain't going it? Because I was like, I got tired of talking about the same this rapper. Now it ain't got into the music. It used to just be the artist beefing. Now the beef, the songs is just a part of the beef. The songs advertising the real beef that's going on. And
because
spiritually, I was like, bro, I can't keep talking about this all the time, bro. It
it's
was
negative.
messing with, yeah, it was like, and when you asked me why I wasn't doing it, you know what I'm saying?
It's negative.
Um, yeah, it was just like, well, damn, what I'm finna do. And then even with the games, like, I'm not finna keep reporting that Activision is not paying they employees like they should because they putting their 110% in. But the CEOs just keep eating and eating and eating and eating, and then they working these people like slaves. And then they, like you said, the BS in the business. But especially during the quarantine, everybody at the crib working. You can't even spend time, but you supposed to be at home to ease the tension, to keep you safe, ease the tension. But you working 70 hours at the crib,
Yep.
your butt finna fall off the chair, like and off of your body, and your family is in the other room, and you know you can't even pause the game and be like, or pause the development or whatever. So I was just like, man, I gotta figure out a way, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Because I talked to you and I talked to Link, young
Mm-hmm.
Link Jr. And I'm like, I can't chase the views. So I said, you know what? Meek Mill did that Kobe thing, almost got the channel taken down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I had played the little snippet. Now
Right.
everybody else played it, but it
Right.
wasn't the news cycle like he was telling me about the ceiling, the gatekeepers, and all of that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, so Hip Hop DX and shout out to them, they can play it,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Right.
And I'm getting to see, and I luckily I hit them up. I said, hey, I thought this was fair use, boo boo. They took it 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like it was nerve. I'm like, yeah, bro, let me just stick to like you saying, the young manosphere.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a minute to
Yeah.
build it.
The young man on fair. I like that because
Yeah.
if you because the thing about it, bro, I respect O'Shea, Kevin Samuels, guys like that, but the thing about it is, bro, it reminds me of the conscious community.
Oh man.
The conscious community is was supposed to be a place where you elevate Black people's consciousness, awareness, and knowledge of their self, their history, their ancestors, health, um, spirituality, basically insight of a lot of things. What happened was money got involved and it became a money making machine, just like the church, just like the mosque and things like that. It became a place to make money. So in doing so, you had instances where if you look at Kevin Samuels and O'Shea, they do what they do because it's a market for this. But it's they can't, just like the conscious community, they can't do certain things to really produce results because it's creating so much money that you want to kind of keep the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can keep the problem, you can continue making money from it.
Well, I gotta say with O'Shea and Kevin at least that they do have, the panels that they have, they had the groups, they actually are producing results. But I feel what you're saying,
not Kevin Samuels has doing more than O'Shea because Kevin Samuels is dealing with one person at a time that represents a group of people that he's trying to necessarily consult. He's a consultant. So anytime he talks, I understand how he talks and why he talks the way he talks is because he's a consultant. When you're a consultant, you got to break a person down to build them up.
Build them back up.
If they have some shit in their mind that's locked, you got to tear that shit up. Sometimes you got to be harder than necessary if it's too tough for them to be built up. So he has a real skill for what he does, and it's working. But with O'Shea and a lot of other people, they don't really have necessarily a skill to fix a problem. They more so report on a problem that's already there.
And start the well, I feel like with O'Shea though, O'Shea was the progenitor. He brought Kevin Samuels. He kind of do what you do, but in a different way.
What I'm saying is this. When I said that it needs to be a young manosphere, a young Black manosphere, is because none of the shit they was talking about was preventative. It was just, okay, let's talk to a market of hurt men. They already hurt and fucked up. I mean, yeah, you can tell them, don't be a simp, but they not really. There's no information on, okay, well,
how not to be a simp.
How to have a wife, because these men don't have wives. So it's the same thing on the female side. The females that's talking about all these fucking relationships do not have husbands. So it's the same market. That's why they interwove and they talk about each other. The Cynthia G's and all these other people, they talk about each other because it's a market for Black people that are not in relationships.
Going to war.
Yes. So it's very profitable. So my point is, for the young Black manosphere or the young manosphere, whatever you want to call it, it got to be from the ages of teenager to 35 or somewhere around there, the early 30s, to where before you hit 40 and discover O'Shea, you already done fixed your life.
Basically, yeah, because I'm already, I done took some L's. I done been, and that's what I try to explain to them. I done took L's. I done been effed up. I done been through it, but I don't let it stop me. You know what I'm saying?
You're not old enough to the point where you know, it's like
It
on the
comes up
O'Shea
fixable.
level where it's like
I
they
mean,
can't really they can't
relate
really
to it.
they can't really teach young men what to do. Is my point. You are 30. By 35, you have a more potential to be married, have your first child, second child by 35. And the young manosphere can see that happening visually. They can see your progression. Manosphere, what progression do they have individually for themselves? I don't see it.
I mean, well, O'Shea got his business.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Steve got,
It's not
been
really the
married
black
for two.
manosphere.
Well, yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, it's brothers in there that have been married. They don't show their children like you for the reason that you said.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, bro,
They don't see it in real time that it's
they don't
happening.
see
They
it in
seeing
real
it.
time, and they don't really speak on that. They speak on does understand the female nature. They don't speak on how to get married, how to really have a family, how to do it. They just say don't be tricking and simping. Okay, so what are you supposed to do to get a wife? Do you deal with
it really?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the point. That's what I'm saying, that the young manosphere has to be taught, because the dude that used to work with me, that's what I was trying to get him to understand, because when I found out he was watching AMS,
Oh man,
stop watching that shit. I said I watched a couple of his videos, and off the top I knew he was a hurt man. I asked him, I said, I guarantee he was in a relationship with a woman that hurt him so bad that he just want to do pump and dumps now. And he was like, yeah, I did watch a video when he was the. I was like, I didn't even have to watch the video. I just know.
No.
So these men are watching these men from hurt backgrounds, but they telling you women are hurt, so that's what they do. What they do, but nigga, you hurt. That's why you doing what you doing.
And then my whole thing is
give both sides of the story, bro. I don't want to he was age with no wife and no family, bro. I don't want that. I love his information, but he's not a black role model. You see what I'm saying? He's still not a black role model to say, hey, this dude got a wife. Again, it don't have to be all out there like that. But I didn't even know Derrick Jackson had a wife. I didn't even know. I suspected. I'm like, this nigga talking like he talking. What's his motivation, bro? Why are he talking about this shit? I don't feel like he got a wife. Turns out he does have a wife. I'm like, oh, he has a wife. Wow. But my point is, it's just, and it goes back to it, bro. It's some bullshit in it. I get it. It's YouTube. You make all this money from you. Niggas making 10, 20, $50,000 a month in YouTube. I get it. So they portray it like it's helping, but they're getting YouTube money.
You can't. And with me, that's why I'm kind of like in the middle. It's like when I get.
That's why he changed his format to the Celebrity Junk, because it's money. It's YouTube. It's a form of entertainment and content creation through YouTube that is monetary gain. If you're trying to help Black people, you can't be focused on the money, because when you do, your message is going to get watered down. It's going to be more calculated. It's going to be for money. Because Kevin is going to upgrade to get a show. He's going to have to format it a certain type of way where he don't lose his audience. But he making at least every live like 3 bands, bro. I'm not counting his pocket. He making at least $3,000 per live.
Or that's before. That's even before the monetization. That's just super chats.
Yeah,
that's just cash out.
Yeah, so I haven't even seen the cash out, but at least 3. At least 3,000.
Boy, I passed out because I got 2, buddy. I passed out going on. I said, dang.
What's 2, buddy?
I'll tell you about it afterwards. But 2, buddy, it's basically a thing where you could read the analytics and you can see. Yeah, it's like It's
Yeah,
the thing that's
they making so much money from it. Why stop?
Exactly.
And I already knew because O'Shea's whole channel is Kevin Samuels now. So it's about money. And I talked to him. I tried to get my crypto mentor on his channel. Millionaire crypto mentor, black man. He responded later, but my mentor wasn't interested anymore after that. Because he kind of, was like, yo, black people not gonna really be interested, yada yada yada. I got to do this to get views and shit like that. And I told my mentor that, and he was turned off. He said, fuck it. So I knew it was for the bag because they chasing the algorithm. They putting their content a certain type of way so the YouTube gods can click the algorithm button and a channel get bigger. It's business, bro. It's business. It's not. When it's business involved, it's some bullshit to it. I'm just honest about it. I just tell artists, look, instead of you paying to get a feature, you need to cloud up so artists want to get a feature
we
from
get a
you.
feature with you. Exactly. So
Pyramid.
that's a good segue because I'm glad that we talked about all of that because I know y'all, every time y'all see me and Darris, y'all like, it's like Batman and Superman. Y'all want to take us down. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
take us down, man. That's in your mind. They don't know
yeah,
what we're doing to even try.
no, but I'm saying that's what I'm not saying take us down, but that's what they want to hear is the BS. Now we getting into the business. So I see you. As a matter of fact, you kind of the Kevin Samuels of like artists. That's what you need to be putting those lives up on YouTube. You finna get all time. Look, I need my 10 mans there. What you start putting it on? Look, you finna get go back. You need to be on there every day. I'm like, why is he not saving these lives?
I do have them saved. I just don't upload them all the
Man,
time.
upload them, man.
Because I don't, bro. I have a love I don't hate. I have a love dislike relationship with content creators. Do I listen to them? Absolutely. Even when they be helpful, I know it's business. I know they're getting paid from YouTube. So I know it's bullshit involved. And they not really giving me real information because they only giving me enough information to click to go to the next video. So I don't want, right. So I don't really want to get tied up into that for me personally, because it's just I don't really like it. You know what I'm saying? I know, and I make too much outside of YouTube to where I don't have to be focused on making videos. So it's like I don't really the time it takes to be a YouTuber. I can do my I don't want to have to do anything. I don't want to have to make a video. I don't want to have to upload to you. Me, not saying nobody else. I already have a big schedule as it is. I don't want to have a certain amount of YouTube videos that I upload. I'm not really doing it for YouTube money, really, because it ain't really, it's not really gonna move the needle for me. You know,
because it's not where you passionate about. I was just saying when
it's
you
not
do them lives,
it's not necessarily the passion. It's just the, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just distasteful to me how YouTube kind of is, and because my information, I'm not giving these people this information to make money off of ads on YouTube. I'm giving these people this information because they need to hear this information. So if I cuss, if I don't cuss, or whatever, I make my money on the people that hear my information and want to do business with me. Exactly. I don't make my money off of ads and views and shit like that. It's like, it's a different game. I'm not in that lane, you know what I'm saying, to where I have to create content. Like I follow Cali Muscle. I like Cali Muscle. I don't want to have to constantly have a camera in my face, constantly having to edit, constantly having to drop videos every single day because the YouTube algorithms say you need to drop videos every day. No, I'm not doing that. Like, no, I got a whole other lane. I'm not dropping no videos every day just because the algorithms say that's what they want you to do because they want to keep people on the app long as they can so they can reward people that upload daily. But guess what? If you want to take a break, well, they're gonna just favor somebody that's uploading more than you are
every day.
And I'm not trying to chase that game because it's a game that I don't feel like I'm gonna win. But those lives are great lives, though.
I'm telling you, all you gotta do is have My Check Global Live and upload them live, bro. You going platinum out the gate. Look, I'm saying,
I have a good personality. I am, educational and entertaining, but it's just like.
But you just doing that but you already doing it. It's not like you got enough to probably say you can go back right now and then just upload them. You ain't even got whatever you do.
Purpose, though. I got a different purpose. My purpose is not to make AdSense money. So when you are not trying to get AdSense money, you're trying to get direct business to business sales or business. You're not really caring about well, you do care about how many views it got, but you're not getting paid off the views. You're getting paid off
the sales. Yeah. So how did you grow the business out to where I seen you had like offices in China, like how did you go from, okay, you got away from the partnerships, we made amends, we, fell out, made amends, you said, okay, after that situation with other dude, you stopped the partnerships and then you grew the business out. And like when you got to Atlanta, how did you just exponent? Because I'm seeing you with Nino, I'm seeing you with Boosie, I'm seeing you with different businesses down there and stuff like that. So what changed and how was you able to grow the business so exponentially in 2 years when you made that?
That's the thing. It was already like that. I was already doing all that shit. I just didn't know that it would create more buzz by doing those things. Like I said, I could have left 2 years prior. I could have did all of this shit 2 years prior. I just didn't know that it would create. Actually, no, I always knew it would. I just didn't like that it did. Give you an example. An artist wants to do it their way. They don't want marketing. It's based on my music. It's based on my sound. They don't want marketing. They just wanted to just look, I got good music, rock with me. Me, I got a good service, rock with me. That ain't how it works. I had to get verified. But I could have did that all like two years ago. I knew how to get verified. I could have did the conference before COVID. I could have did the festival. I did a show in Atlanta in 2017. So I could have, and I did that being from not even being in Atlanta. I did a show from being in a whole other city because I had clients here that helped put the whole thing together. And all I did was just market. And I had artists from all around the country come to perform in Atlanta. So, Nino Brown, Boosie, already had those connections already from years ago. It was just basically visualizing it, making it known that that's what I had going on. I didn't want people to think that my business was based off of my connections. I wanted people to just like my service. But it came to a point where I'm like, I'm a marketer. I know what time it is. it's some bullshit involved. I gotta let
Mm-hmm.
people know certain things, which is going to legitimize me to where the brand looks like it's supposed to look, even though I know it's bigger than what I'm allowing people to see. Because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even focus on getting followers on Instagram. I was just like, I don't care how many views I get because I'm not an artist. But again, that's ass backwards. I need views. I need to be verified. I need everything that I'm telling the artists they need to have for my own brand. And that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd had to just turn it up, even though I could have years ago. It wasn't nothing to just turn up the brand. It was just me feeling like I didn't want to do it, or feel like it was like it was. I really felt really bad that I had to do it because
To
our
do it,
people are so sheep. They gotta see you with a celebrity to want to rock with you.
you
Even
gotta see you with
working
designer on
already.
with a chain.
But that's the
They gotta.
bullshit part. I said that's the bullshit part of it. You gotta
That's
know.
kind of, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Well, I'm working to be in a position to where I could just come because I know what you need. I know what's there. I'm like, I just want to be
Always
able to.
is always some bullshit in it. If you the quicker you understand it and realize it, the quicker you'll be successful. But
Oh yeah, I already know.
I didn't want to do it. But I
Yeah,
knew that
had to,
if I did, it would make a lot of things easier, which it
and,
has.
and, and that's
But
what we in the process of doing. You know.
yeah, like you know, like YouTube, they want thumbnails, they want titles, they want a lot of different things that you need to have to make a successful channel, and they're gonna reward the people that do that.
Hmm.
That's just how it is.
Hmm.
So
Like I've been sitting back doing because everything that I learned working with you and everything I see in the landscape, I just think I'm pretty much like you. I'm not waiting to turn up. I'm just getting my business together. And I'm not in no hurry because I got everything I need. I had to start back over. I ain't gonna even lie. I had to start from scratch, had to go back to the basics like Gotti. But I got the information now. So it's like,
the
you
information
know,
is key. You can get back so much faster. But
yeah.
I turned up just because just having those having those connections and letting those connections be known, you know, like I say that I have millionaires that I deal with, but nobody knows who these people are. I've said it a few times, but an envious person, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he dealing with millionaires," but they don't know who these people are. So it's like I'm giving them a little bit of insight, but they don't know where to really put it because I'm not saying I'll work with Diddy. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So they're not gonna be like, oh, he working with Diddy, so like that's how he doing this. And you might look at Boosie or look at Nino Brown, or they're like, oh, okay, that's how he doing it. But like,
Then it's already been there. Like
yeah, it's
that's just a
already been there.
facade to give you. Well, dang, I ain't
It's
mean to
not
even
really
say
a
that
it's
word.
not really a facade. It's really just letting it be known
Hmm.
that in exchange for me doing this service for you and for your people, just say I'm doing this publicly.
Hmm.
Let your likeness be known that I'm doing this publicly, and let me eat off of that.
Hmm.
Because if I'm doing stuff for Steve Cardenas, but he don't want to say I'm doing it, then
Hmm.
guess what? I'm not gonna get no credit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So if I can get Boosie to say it, or Brown to say, "Yo, this dude actually doing," that's a cosign on something that's real.
Hmm.
So people don't understand the power of that, bro. That's like a lot of power. Like when they seen me interview Chop Squad, when I interviewed them,
Hmm.
if I would have interviewed them today, it would be better than when I interviewed him in 20 I want to say 2017, because
It was 2017. Yep.
he's 10 times bigger than then.
Hmm.
So it'd be much larger. I could probably put together a business deal with him or Chase, but
Mm-hmm.
they're producers, so they hustle is selling beats and getting back end money on publications and percentages on the songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really give them more money necessarily unless they was building up an artist.
Yeah.
That's the only way we would able to possibly do something, which no, you never know. We probably could. But to
Mm-hmm.
them, it's like, why would I work with a brand new artist? I could just work with an artist that's already popping and get to the
Mm-hmm.
bag because I'm in demand, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, you know, that's just how it is with business, bro. It's just like with this marketing stuff, you gotta be like I'm so like unorthodox when it comes to like how I run certain things. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
knows exactly what I'm doing unless I
Mm-hmm.
tell them what I'm doing. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
ambiguous. It's like, oh, that came out of nowhere. Like, oh, I didn't even know that. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
more power in silence than just running your mouth talking about stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
and it works for my business. Now, other
Yeah.
people's business, they gotta be very, very loud and they gotta talk about everything that they got going on because it might work for them.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it works by just shutting the fuck up and just letting it be known when it's ready. Like
Mm-hmm.
when people seen my festival and they seen I had like girls painted and shit, I didn't say I was gonna have, you know,
Girls painting.
women there and body paint models and all this type of stuff. I just
Mm-hmm.
did it. I just announced.
Maestro came through.
Yeah, I'm going to just talk about it. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to talk about it. I'm just going to say here it is.
Yep.
And when it comes to just the business taking off, it wasn't because of Atlanta, directly. It was because I just let go of not being as big, and it wasn't me moving to Atlanta to credit Atlanta. It
Mm-hmm.
was leaving that city to be big because a lot of that was from being there,
Oh
not wanting
yeah.
to let it be known that I'm working with these people, not letting it be known that I'm this and I'm really really making moves and I'm really doing stuff because that city doesn't promote being big or being a big person. Like this
Mm-hmm.
bag was this bag right here. I purchased in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and it was my first luxury purchase. But
Mm-hmm.
I could have been did that shit years ago. But I felt bad that if I have my bag, you know what I'm saying, it'll make people feel bad. Or I'm not shitting on nobody or stunting on nobody from having a bag, but in my mind I'm thinking I gotta be little because it's gonna offend people.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how that city makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
That you
Yeah.
can't be bigger than like, a dumb fest or just stuff like that. Like,
Ah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
mm-mm. That ain't, I mean,
Oh
why
yeah.
why would I allow that type of energy to dissuade me from being great? Because they always say like you gotta leave that city to be big and all, but it's not the city that makes you that you
It's the
move to.
energy. It's
It's
the
the
energy.
energy that you leave that now you are allowed to be big without energy ceiling. Like the richest black man in America outside of Kanye is from St. Louis and lives there and is a part owner
Mm-hmm.
of the Blues.
You talking about my what's my man name from Worldwide Technologies?
Yes. And the richest black man in America lives there, has a business there, and that city is the way it is. Oh no, it's time to go.
Mm. But he still, but see, you know what though? he don't. He
His thing
went
is
to
called Worldwide
wide
Technology. So it's like
technologies. Yeah, and then
worldwide, like global. Like I don't know.
he can live, but that's yeah. See, there you go.
He
But
can
see,
live
he
wherever
can
he
live
wants.
here because ain't nobody. He structured it to where, like you said, he's not out in front. At the beginning, he was, but he wasn't marketing to black people. He was marketing to businesses, not
Of
just
course.
black businesses, but
But
businesses in general.
my point
Yeah.
is, nobody in the city really knows who he is. I recently found out who he was by listening to this other interview. LeVar Ball is working with his son on some business
Hmm.
and mentioned where he was from. And I'm like, what? I looked it up. I'm like,
You ain't know
everybody
about
knows
that?
hell no
Oh,
about that.
I was actually
And
supposed to work.
most people don't know that. I know they don't know that. I
Hmm.
know they don't know that. And the fact he's a part owner of the Blues, I know that they especially don't know that. He ain't no part owner of no Cardinals. Now, if he
Hmm.
was, he'd be more famous there. Obviously, he
Hmm.
don't care about the fame, but my point is the fact that he can't really do nothing or he's not allowed to do anything just lets you know right there.
Hmm.
So what can me or you do that he can't do? And he's
Yeah,
one
that's
of the
crazy.
richest black men in America there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because you're right.
He's
If
a
he
billionaire. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what?
he probably outclassing everybody except maybe the Anheuser Busch, and they
And the
sold their company.
and the Wells Fargo people, they got their
Well,
head.
them too. I forgot they here too.
Big money in St. Louis. Huge money.
Mm-hmm.
Huge money. They got headquarters there. Huge money. But the problem is it's not being put back in the city
No.
because again, it's just toxic there. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, bro. But
Man,
like,
I mean, because the thing is, I feel like with the city and the people who running it, it's all about we don't want to build because it brings too much attention. It's like Atlanta, right, or Chicago. Like we got a violence problem here, right? But it's not as big as them other cities because them other cities have things for young people that's gonna spend the money to do. You know what I'm saying? Whereas they don't want
no.
it's gonna be crime and stuff because it ain't nothing going on. You ain't got, but it's not gonna be as much crime because
Mm-mm.
it's crime for on a deeper personal level. Other places because everybody got money. Like if everybody got money and they beefing, it's personal. It's not. It's business. It's not. It's over some big time work or big time. It's not over what it is in St. Louis where you know, you stepped on my J's, so I blast you. Then my cousin come back and blast you, and what are we fighting for? Over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or even in the white
Yeah.
communities, like this is a city where people have kids. The kids get older, and then they retire here because they can go to Ladue or Clayton or whatever. It's urban enough to where they could get that urban feel, but then it's country enough to where they can get that quiet, that peace, that calm. So they got the best of both worlds. And so if that brother from Worldwide Technologies was able to get his hands on it, he would invest. Because I remember, he came to, like my mom's shop, and I think his assistant may have been getting her done, and the assistant was supposed to get me in his program, but it never happened for whatever reason. But I knew about him at a young age, and I was like, yeah, he really doing it. But it's like if he got into a position of power or lobby behind the mayor or whatever, or lobby with some of these other
Yeah,
companies,
it
and
ain't
they
gonna
said
happen.
it ain't gonna happen because they
Hell,
like it how the way it is. They like being able to drive 30, 40 minutes to like town and country or Jeff County or way out,
mhm.
somewhere. Bowling Green, not Bowling Green. Yeah, Bowling Green or wherever, and then driving to the city to go to work and then driving back out to where they at in a nice,
Yeah,
quiet, rural area.
my white teacher, from high school, my band teacher, he told us he drives an hour to come to work.
Wow,
He
an
lives an
hour.
hour away. Hell yeah, he said an hour away. I was like, what? I'm like, you live an hour away? He was like, yeah, you live an hour away. I was like, whoa. So
Man.
yeah, but it was good talking to you, man. We got to do this again, bro. Part
Yeah, we're
two.
gonna have to do a part two. I was just gonna say, man, cause
I got to eat.
bro, hey, I was just finna say it. You read my mind. We be like I
Yeah.
always tell Hayes, like me and you, we be like when you did that the thing with Dolph, I'm like, Darris finna make a video. I know him too well. And
Hell
boy,
yeah.
you can't you chop that video up. See, you need marketing. I was like, yeah, see, I knew he was going. As soon as he said it, like he didn't get it out his mouth fast enough, and
It
they
was
ain't
up.
even catch it.
Somebody
I know.
tagged me in it. Somebody tagged me and was like, yo, Dolph talking
Mhm.
about this. So I made me a
And
video about it.
yeah, before we go, why is it that you are so passionate about artists getting marketing? And then the other question I want to ask
Why
you
am I
too
so
is,
passionate about our artists getting marketing?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What's
Now
the
I
next
know the
question?
answer. And the
Okay.
next question is, because everybody asked these two questions about it.
Okay.
Why do you charge what you charge for?
Who asked that question?
Because you know everybody be asking that question, man. Because
Why
that's
my
the number
price is
one,
high?
and it ain't really that high considering the fact that if you sign to a label, they gon' they gonna take what you charge and multiply
I don't
that
even
by
listen to that
10.
shit, bro. I don't even
Yeah,
answer that question on just like why is the price what it is, and
because
because that's
I
stupid.
know that question,
They don't
but
know
I know.
they don't know why it's the price that it is because they don't know business. They don't know the music business.
Hmm.
The reason why the price is what it is because that's what it costs. That's it.
Hmm.
It costs that much. Well, I'm not a I'm an independent artist, bro. You can't be charging that because I got me a job, I got me kids, I got me. Well, guess what, bro? Um, you wanna get in real estate? Yeah, I want to get in real estate. Well, you know that house to buy that house is 30,000.
Hmm.
Oh, it's 30,000? Yeah, then after 30,000, it's gonna need some work. So you gotta put another 15, 20,000 into getting it right.
And then you got to still sell the house because even
And
if
then
you
you,
go get a
and then you
loan,
gotta sell and then you gotta sell the house. So guess what? Are you gonna complain about that's the price?
or
Because
you gonna
that's the
either
price to do what you need to be done. So when you look at the music business, it's I'm blowing the top off of this through my advertising by letting people know. And I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the main ones that are demystifying it, that are making it very, very transparent. If you are trying to be an artist and you want to blow up, you need 250,000 and up to do it. Why? Because if you're trying to get on the front page of Apple Music, it's between 50 to 100,000. If you want to post on academics page, it's 11 to 13,000 for one post. So you add up how many times you're doing that. Not no say cheese, DJ academics page. The real where it really matters, nigga. Everybody knows say cheese posts independent artists. Academics post niggas that's either finna blow up or that's already blown up. He don't do say cheese stuff. No knock to say cheese and nothing like that. But he
you
on
go
a
to say
lower
cheese
level.
first. Yeah,
Yeah,
you go to say cheese when you first
on a lower
starting out.
level. Yeah, you on the lower. He
Yeah.
on the lower level. Like I'm talking about blowing up. Like a couple artists then got lucky, but that was years ago from the last time I heard somebody blowing up from his platform. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because it is what it is. I don't know what's up with his brand or whatever he's trying to do. That's his business. But I'm saying, from an artist perspective, you're gonna need that much money. And
Hmm.
I'm demystifying it because artists think that it's cheap, that it's just talent, it's just you got and it's other things than talent of your music. Are you talented enough to get people to rock with you without no marketing? Like
Hmm.
like most artists that's known was popular in school, bro. Was
Hmm.
popular in a hood, was a pretty boy, was something, where they already have people know who they are without having a whole lot of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't that type of artist, be prepared to spend a lot of money because you haven't developed that talent of
Getting
getting
people to right.
attention. And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have that talent of attention, you need to develop that along with having enough money to make sure you in front of people at all times.
Mm-hmm. And you
Bandman
can't be
Kevo,
mad about it. Yeah.
Bandman Kevo just dropped a video. I think I might spice it. I don't really want to put him on my page because I don't want to make it seem like I'm aligning with him personally because he gives a lot of really bad advice. But there's one thing that he did say was Drake is hot. Yeah, I'm not gonna use him because I don't really.
No, he made a good point. He was hot enough
With
to
Drake,
where
yeah,
yeah.
he gotta still keep investing. Even though Drake
Mm-hmm.
is on, he still put 900K behind a single. Of course, it's Drake. He want to make sure he stays hot. He not gonna just be like, oh, well, that's it. You know, I ain't gotta do nothing else. No, he want to make sure he got his hand on the pulse and
Of
has
the game.
making sure he's on fire. He gonna spend a lot of money on this project. They're gonna probably spend as much money as they did when he first. They're gonna spend a lot of money on this project, bro, because people are already
Yeah.
talking about he on a decline.
You know,
So they're gonna have to spend they gonna spend a lot of money on this project.
and it's
It
gonna
might
have some bangers on there. It gotta be to the level of them
oh,
last two
put
joints that he
so
dropped.
much money behind his shit, but he is on the decline because he been in the game 10 years. It's officially
He the
marked.
only
Well,
yeah,
he
10 years, yep.
red hot 10 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a decade,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like that's a no rapper has been this hot for no decade. Consistent number ones for a decade,
Mm-hmm.
nobody. So yeah, he's on the decline because it's just he can't do nothing else, and that's
He done
just
did it all.
that's natural progression. But depending on, let's see if he was able, if he needs to start developing artists because he'll never fall off. But Drake may be one of the ones where when he get older, he might be like a Bow Wow if you don't watch it.
No, I don't think. I think Drake. What
Let
Drake
me
is
tell
gonna
you why.
do?
Hold on. Let me tell you why. Because when an artist does not have other artists underneath them and it's all them,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to just not. They tend to just fade to
Fade
motherfucking
away.
distance, bro. They tend to. I'm not saying he will, but he don't. He look. Lil Wayne is really technically never was gonna fall off because he always had Drake and Nicki. He
Exactly.
never really gonna fall off.
Nope.
Rick Ross, he had Meek Mill. Gucci, he had everybody. Now he got Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gucci ain't gonna never ever fall off, bro.
no, never,
Ever.
never, because he gonna always have a new art. Now he's never gonna be as big,
Yeah. No.
but I'm talking about fall off. It's totally different. He's gonna always be relevant. Now
Mm-hmm.
Drake, relevant, that's gonna be difficult for
I
him.
think no, because I feel like with Drake, he does
He
have a
got a
lot of
strong
people that's
fan
his.
base, but I'm
No,
telling you,
I can say he could kind of. I can't. He gotta have somebody under his umbrella because
that's my point.
He has put on Party Next Door. Party Next Door got to come with some more music, and Party Next Door is a background dude. You know
J.
what I'm saying?
Cole is different. J. Cole is with Rock Nation,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not the top dude, and
On Rock
he's
Nation.
segueing into sports. So
Mm-hmm.
he's probably gonna position himself to own the team. He's already
And
transitioning.
he got artists that he could just switch all of that money
Kendrick,
that he would get.
Kendrick has TDE. He's straight. He's straight. He
Mm-hmm.
can drop whenever he want, and they always sign new people. Kanye,
Mm-hmm.
he got a label. He didn't work with so many other people. He could do whatever he want. He got fashion. He could just go into that. Drake, he don't really have nothing really outside of him, his music. You don't
Do you
have
think
nothing.
he gonna blow? You think he gonna try to blow up people? Because I think what Drake messed up
No,
is the same word place that like Jeezy messed up and a couple.
I
When you
don't think
trying to be that hot artist, like you gotta really, or even Soldier Boy, I say where he messed up. Like you can't be trying to be the hottest person and
yeah,
then not.
Soldier Boy could have been signed. He could have signed every internet rapper. He could have been a go-to label, but he wanted to continue to rap. And you know, I met his manager. You see the picture I had with him?
Miami Mike, yeah.
Yeah, I was with him and his whole old team, like his whole old team. But he wanted to be a rapper so bad. I'm like, bro, could have had a social media marketing company. He set up Nicki's Twitter account. That could have been a service. He could have been he could have been the marketer, bro, for
Hmm.
everybody. He would have been a billionaire, bro. Billionaire, no less than that, because he was the first to do it. Just like he claiming, oh, was the first, but he ain't monetizing it. He the first. If you the first one in Icebox, why ain't you got a contract with Icebox? So he got a
Hmm.
lot of L's, bro. Even though he's smart, he want to be cool too bad, bro. Soulja Boy want to be
Hmm.
cool, bro. He got the cool book. I don't know where he got that from. He want to be cool, bro. He 30 something and he want to still rap. It's like, bro, like I understand you got something to prove,
Hmm. I think he
but
wanna same thing with Bow Wow. Like once you hit
nigga, you was connected with Migos, you was connected to Chief Keef, you was connected to Lil B, you was connected to Rich the Kid,
Riff Raff,
Riff Raff, nigga, Lil
J
Pump was
Money,
at your no, he wasn't at his event. That was Lil B. Lil Pump was at
yeah.
Lil B event. Um uh all these people. He should have signed
Mhm.
Lil Pump. That's right in his lane. All
Yeah.
these dudes, but his label wasn't set up right. He ran through all that money. You know, people just take L's, bro. But again, he don't want to master the music business. He want to be the rapper. And that's how a lot of these niggas, they just don't. So back to answer your question, why is the price the way the price and all these prices is because that's what it costs, number one. Um, just because people don't feel like I should be saying the prices, or some people feel like I'm just getting money, which is not really that many people because I don't really hear that often. I know people might feel that way, but I focus on that they just don't want to pay for it because they
Mhm.
feel like they too hard to pay for it. They feel like they simping if they paying for marketing. When all actuality, if you don't have marketing, you don't have a career.
No, you don't.
And I invest into marketing every day, 24 hours a day. I'm always marketing something. So
Mhm.
when it comes to, you know, the price, once you want to know the price so you can get to where you're trying to go instead of just doing this shit blindly and you just don't know what you're doing, you don't know how much it costs, you don't have no direction. Like for me, that's
Mhm.
insane. I would want to know, okay, how much is this gonna cost so I know what I need to do rather than
Yep.
just, you know what I'm saying, not do this and just
Blind,
do it
yeah,
wrong.
and that's
Yeah.
and even further than that, like that's how if you see, what we doing over here quietly. I'm not advertising it, like we talk about it, but it's like said you got to set the table first, and because people going and get marketing, like I feel like with Little St. Louis, you was getting marketing, but you don't have the table set, you don't have the rollout, you don't have the, what I'm saying. And shout out to
You're
Little
gonna,
St. Louis, we love
you're
them.
gonna have,
I'm
you're
cool
gonna
with
have,
you.
it's not just him, bro. It's the management. It's people that's friends. It's his circle. It's everything, bro.
Hmm.
Everybody got a piece of why he ain't blow up. I didn't know he knew Waka Flocka. I didn't know he introduced Waka Flocka to LA Foes until he told me that. And I was just like, why ain't you got something with Waka Flocka? And you introduced him to, I left it alone. I said, well, hey, if you
What you
don't,
so, well, that's a whole nother video. A whole
if,
nother we'll say
if,
that for part two.
if you, and I'm this the last thing is I really got to get something to eat because
Hmm.
I got something to do. But if you don't see that you released your project back in 2015. That was the last time you dropped a project. The last time you did a show was 2016. It's been 6 years, bro. It's over. In my eyes, if it was me, that's like you went to like they like, nigga, did you go to jail, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? No, he just ain't right. He ain't released nothing for 6 years. I can't just say that and be like, hey, bro, you ain't released 6 years. If it ain't in him or whoever, it's similar. Somebody got a similar story that they can't look at themselves and say, bro, I ain't dropped a project in over 6 years. And they ain't got a fire under their ass to get this thing right and get this thing moving. It ain't for them, bro. It ain't for somebody to light your fire. Your fire got to already be lit. Somebody just gonna add fuel to it, but they can't start it for you and care for it like it's a match. You got to have an oven. You got to have a fireplace or something for your flame. You can't. Okay, I'm gonna light the match for you, and now I'm making sure it's okay. And no, bro, that's no. Like, there's no like, if you see them two producers that he started with is millionaires now.
Three, like, if you want to be, well, no, three if you want to get, he on the way. Rory is on his way.
Okay, then 3.
He's on his way.
Okay, well, 3. That's stupid as fuck, bro. That's stupid. Like, you at some point you got to be like, damn, bro, like, I'm stupid, or that's stupid. Like, that's stupid. Like, at least 2, and then a 3rd, and then you got somebody like myself doing what I'm doing, like, and you knew him, like, nigga, you knew who?
And you basically, you know, got Foles back in the game. Like, he had a couple missteps.
I'm talking about people making moves. I ain't talking about no artists. I'm talking about me, Chase, Top Squad. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you didn't take advantage of opportunities. Period. Everybody's at fault. Artists, the manager, and the people around the circle. Family, friends. Everybody got a part of that. You know, but hey, I appreciate
man.
You on, bro. We're gonna do.
I appreciate 2. You. Yeah, I'm gonna put part 1 on there, man, because it's so much to talk about. We kind of got, yeah, man. It's so much to talk about, man. I appreciate you coming on.
When you want to do part 2, like next week?
I mean, yeah, man, because I already know this gonna be a classic, and I'm putting it on YouTube. I'm putting it on Facebook.
Yeah, I might put it on video to Facebook. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's going everywhere. So you already know. It'll be up on YouTube first.
Part 2, we can get what you want to get into on part 2, because
part 2, really, I mean, talking about breaking down the process. Because this one we gave y'all what y'all wanted to hear, because everybody been wanting us to sit down and talk and get y'all and clear, like you said, clear the air. So hopefully, because we ain't talking about it no. I'm not gonna talk about it no more. We done. I don't have no ill will. Darris ain't got no ill will. You know, you might have pissed. You didn't piss. You know, we more disappointed than anything about the city not being where it's at. Ain't nobody mad at nobody or want nobody no ill will or hurt.
I'm not disappointed. That's a hurt dog that ain't trying to get well. That's how I look at it. You try to help it, it'll bite you. Period. That's how I look at it. I'm not disappointed in that. I'm disconnected, bro. I have no attachments besides like people there that I mess with. But like overall, nah, bro. Like,
no feeling.
Look,
I'm the same way. I'm gonna say this. I'm not disappointed. I'm disconnected too, and it crumbled. Like after you
was disappointed. You was
at first I was.
Of course you was. I know you.
But now I'm like, bro. After we took our hands off of it, we was both like, you know how the EMT
Look where it is now.
look, you know how the EMT, like we was the two EMT people sitting there with the you know how they got the pillow, right?
All
We
I'm,
was sitting there doing this, and
all,
when we took our hands off of it, it was all over with.
all I say was karma. That's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say, because it's just coincidence that damn near every venue I performed at that I put out my heart and soul is closed, and damn near
Mm-hmm.
every venue, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had the pandemic hit as well. Now you got years of artists that can't even perform to really build their careers on top of the scene being already dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's karma, bro. That's just karma. Like
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's open, ain't nothing changed. You can't do like stadiums and like big, huge venues, but you ain't nothing really closed here. You can do events, venues are still cracking,
I
but
got
like,
hope. I got hope for the new generation, like the Jizzles, the Lil Halves, the guys that own. They went and they said, "Look, we gonna own the club." The Rico the Max that's actually spent. I feel like shoot, if you got with Rico that make it pop song, and the only reason why I'm shouting him out because one of that's one of Hayes' producers on the low. But I'm gonna let him tell you that story. So you know. I'm gonna ask him about that tomorrow on the show, and then when y'all see this on Thursday, it'll all coincide. But that's the
hey,
only
bro,
reason. Like,
as long as the business and the budget and everything is where it need to be, and the
mm-hmm,
vibe is good, we can work. You know what I'm saying? No matter where a
mm-hmm.
person's from, but it's just 9 times out of 10, the people from that city, they just toxic. Like
They don't get it.
I had somebody message me today, was like, "You must be from STL because of something." And I'm like, "You don't know where the hell I'm from.
Mm-hmm,
Probably do, probably don't, but it's just like only niggas like if you ain't traveled nowhere and you really ain't talked to people from different parts of the world, you really
mm-hmm.
feel like St. Louis is like the earth, like the planet is like that. It's only niggas from St. Louis that act like niggas from St. Louis.
Yeah,
Everybody else is different, bro. Different
exactly.
niggas can actually flourish. Like I've talked to people damn near from every continent. Actually, no, at every continent.
Mm-hmm.
Like multiple countries. Like when you understand from more of a global perspective of life and culture and bro, it just opens your mind to a whole bunch of things. But hey, man,
Oh yeah,
this was
yeah, man. Go ahead, go, man. We gonna be back for part two. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Everybody, make sure y'all go check out MikeCheckGlobal.com. Y'all follow Mike Check Global and Darris on Instagram. I'm gonna have it all in the
when is it premiering?
description.
When is it premiering on Thursday? What time?
Thursday,
Nighttime?
about 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'll try to keep the podcast around that 6 to 9 o'clock range.
Bet.
So, yep. So it'll be up there.
We can do
I'm gonna
next week,
probably.
same time.
Yep.
We could song for part two.
hmm Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm doing these more so we could kind of focus on the interview without it. If it's something messes up or something like that, it's more intimate
If we
to
could do
where
live, that'd be
hmm
cool for part two. Because I
Oh,
want
okay. We.
some questions. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
People can call in or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Other questions,
Yeah.
like I want to see the chat too. Because
hmm
I like Instagram live just for the chat. It ain't really, I like engaging with people, but it was cool,
We could do that. We could do that. This is something more I'm experimenting with, and then the art. Like I said, I wanted to try it with us because it's like one, I want to make sure it came out good, and
man. Yeah,
two, just to see, how the format is. Because certain, artists, if I need to take something out or something like, how I go,
yeah.
like that. But yeah, man, we definitely could do it live next week, 6 o'clock. I ain't, unless I'll let you know if something happened, but we definitely do it 6 o'clock because I'm trying to move that to that, that the slot that I had that other podcast in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move something into there, so I had some Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I'm trying to get something for Saturday because we got Tales of a Simp on Sunday, but I might end up moving that to Saturday, just so to have the week loaded up with stuff, and then it's all, in them 4 days, So
Yeah.
I kind of got you kind of see the chessboard and the stuff I've been kind of doing here and there, and then it's like you said, putting it out. But go ahead, handle your business, my man. We definitely gonna be back for part 2. I feel like this one right here was a classic.
For
y'all
sure.
make sure y'all tune into the podcast.
Make sure that title is good.
Oh yeah.
CEO of Mic Check Global talks about blah, 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 so we can catch, because I got people that search Mic Check Global all the time. All the time.
I think I'm gonna probably do the clips and stuff too. So I'm gonna have different parts of it.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have the whole thing on drop first.
Off of that, bro, because people always searching Mic Check Global. So that make sure that's in your title. People gonna eat that up, bro. So I appreciate it. Gonna be in touch.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all. Peace.
For the fam, get it by any means. Going Jordan, rocking 6 rings. Blue Gang 12s on Montclair lounge pants. With a white tee round my neck, the Jesus piece.